Okay, hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Filmageddon Vodcast, episode 8. I don't know what we could say for 8 here, Adam. I mean, we had 7 last week, and then it's, we always put the 2 zeros in front, so it was 007. None of the James Bond sequels are called 008 that I'm aware of, and Sean Bean's character was 006 in GoldenEye, right?
Yeah, we could do Ocean's 8.
8.
Ocean's 8 was a film.
Okay.
That was about an octopus.
Yes, and they've got 8 legs, so it makes perfect sense, and that's why you did that. I get it now. This is an interesting start for our vodcast. It keeps evolving, does this show. And, so, guys, welcome to the show. We're doing this again, second time this week, for 2 weeks in a row. This is getting crazy. The amount of videos that we're making, that a nice, decent portion of people are watching, which is, it feels good to know that at least someone's getting entertained by this. I don't think me and you are.
I'm always entertained. That's the secret to not doing something that you regret later on. So, it's interesting to do this many. We are so far ahead in time, or different in time, so it's very interesting, especially we do these, we try and balance out. But the quiz, I'm staying up till 2 or 3 in the morning to do the quiz. So
you
it's
are
worth
a night
it,
owl, though,
as we'll talk
right? We know that. You like your late nights.
I do, but it's kind of fun when you've got a late night after having fun, like, during the day. But when you're just doing nothing all day, and then you're like, I guess I woke up late today, and I was like, what's the point? What am I getting up for? I mean, let's not get too psychological here. Let's keep it light. Keep it light.
Hey!
Films. Tom Holland.
He's a funny guy. Chris Pratt is funny. When they talk together in videos, they are a laugh riot. And now if they hosted this podcast, people would probably watch a lot more than they currently do, I would think, right?
Exactly. Don't prod Chris Pratt too much on his politics because he seems a little fucked up. But that's good, isn't it? Low-key.
Oh.
What else do people like? Fucking.
We're just all talking Marvel stuff, apparently. What do they like that's not Marvel? Star Trek. They like water. They need to survive. Star Trek Into Darkness. They didn't like.
But we did. We used the music. No, I mean I used it. I used a track that was hidden on that album for that film. We used it for the podcast for a long time. They always say don't use copyrighted materials when you do a podcast, but you know what?
Podcast is like the Wild Wild West. Jim West, who is a desperado.
Exactly.
Wow, that is getting bigger every week. That is the biggest yet I've seen in Water Bottle Watch here on the Filmageddon Vodcast.
I essentially got to the point where I was just like, well, it's only me who drink. I mean, my girlfriend drinks water, but like, she buys like some bottles that are like decent sized human, and I just buy these like 6 liter ones and just sit there and just drink. And she worked out and she's like, you're drinking 3 liters of water a day. I don't think you should. It's like, I don't know. I think who knows? Who's a scientist on water? We just don't need to know. Probably an octopus. But you know what? I respect the octopus, the octopi nation out there.
Yeah.
So
all right, let's start the podcast. It's not a podcast. Let's start the vodcast because we have business to do this time. We talked the news on the last episode. This episode we have to talk about the quiz, the first weekly Rewind film quiz. I don't make it easy for myself with how I name these things sometimes. The weekly Rewind film quiz, the first one took place last night, the first of the weekly series, and it went well. I'm going to give myself an old pat on the back right there. There it is. It actually went well. The tech issues that plagued the first one were gone. A thing of the past. And we got started right on time. We had our little countdown over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Filmageddon. The room was active. The chat was going. People seemed to be having a fun time. And then we got into the quiz, and I think it was good. It sort of timed out exactly as I thought it would. It took about an hour and a half from start to finish. So about 45 to 50 minutes for the questions, a little bit of a break, and then we went over the answers and wrapped it up. And a lot of people turned out for this one. Again, over 200 people in the views and 73 teams in the end. which again, it's crazy to think about. Like that's more than we get for the live shows. And me and Adam have talked off camera and stuff like that, and we sort of said like, look, the monthly ones, those huge new ones, we always sort of expect they'll probably get a few more people because you can't tell people things are recycled a bit or else they stay away. But I think the rewind quizzes, and especially from some of the feedback we were getting, people really enjoyed them. Even people who've taken those quizzes, it was sort of all new to them again. And I think that moving forward, they are. I think it's just as relevant of a quiz, and it was really fun to put on, and it brought back a lot of memories from those live shows.
Yeah, it was. It's very interesting to do the live quiz. Obviously, we've jumbled up the rounds a little bit. So in the past, we've had like an animation quiz, and it's been like all animation films. And I think with these rewinds, we're taking like a round from this one and a round from this one. So even if you've got like the best memory, maybe like JFK got shot on one of the quiz days, and that's why you remember every question that got answered. We've not been doing it that long, but it certainly feels like it. Having but the way we jumbled it round, that like I watched it kind of again for the first time, even though I've already seen the quiz. Also, I'd just seen the answer sheet, and I was doing one of the rounds where it's animations, and I was like, what is this film? And I've gone through it like 3 times now of like just being tricked. It's always good when the results come in, and also in the chat when it was like the results come in, everyone's like, "Oh, what the hell is this? What the hell is this?" So some good questions, and I think a very good mixture of the time. Like I think in our first live lockdown, we did a lot more newish films, more recent films, which is we've got to try and appeal to a broad audience. I think it was good because in this one there was a lot of older films and stuff, and we had a bit of a mixed bag of ages, I think, playing. So it's always good.
Yeah.
Like I think even yourself, you said like this, feels a little bit like film studies or something in the chat, and yeah, it definitely is. I would love to. There are definitely some previous quizzes that we've done that have got a lot of fucking film studies kind of, Yeah, you get it. I think there's a good tone, and I look forward to seeing some of the old rounds appear again. But yeah, I'm very appreciative of everyone who played. It's fucking amazing to get as many people we'd have as a live event that we'd build and build and build. And then, just to drop in online and just appreciate it. Everyone's just really nice, and a lot of good feedback. And it's like, no one being like, hey, you guys are pieces of shit. It'd be too cowardly to say that. They probably just tag people and stuff in the responses, but no, some good feedback, and I think we've taken it on board and stuff. Like, I feel like I'm doing it like being interviewed after a football game or something. Like, yeah, it was good. Just move on to the next quiz,
The feedback, like we said, we gave people time in between the rounds, which people seem to like. Again, it was that thing of like, ooh, is 3 minutes too long, or is 3 minutes just about right? And I think I think 3 minutes seemed about right, but again, if people out there who took the quiz think they needed a bit more or a bit less, let us know over on Twitter, where we are at Filmageddon Quiz, of course. But yeah, it's good. Those old rounds, like we've said in the past, when we do the quizzes, the live quizzes at the Prince Charles Cinema, we tend to theme them very strictly. So it is like a sci-fi quiz with all the questions being about sci-fi movies. A horror quiz, an 80s action quiz. So to be able to mix those up and make like a more general appealing quiz. So like, we had people in the chat saying like, because we had a romantic comedy round, like, romantic comedies aren't my thing. But then the sci-fi round comes up and they're like, here's my jam. And then I saw somebody completely opposite was like, oh, hey, start the quiz so strong. Thought it was all going to be as easy as the romantic comedy round. And then realized it wasn't all romantic comedies. So it's that's the kind of reaction we want.
That's good. It's a good feeling to be.
Yeah, it is a good feeling when the screen freezes a little bit. But so it was a very entertaining night there. We had a good time. Like we said, 74 teams in the end, and just like the last show, we want to reveal the winners. We want to show you guys our process here again. So let's bring it up. The crazy spreadsheet here. As you can see, another whole mess of answers. All the green are the correct answers. And I think the scores were pretty good this time. A lot of teams scored. There were 60 available points, whereas in the last quiz there were 71. And we had a couple of teams get very close to perfect, in the top 10%. So, yeah, just a lot of good stuff there. Some funny bits of info. The A team was sort of the most gotten right answer. I think I've said that right. So basically, in the soundtrack round, it was the theme was TV theme tunes, which were been remade into movies. Only one team got that wrong. And I think that team just might have stopped playing for that moment because they didn't have a few answers there. So really, it was almost 100%.
Yeah, let's not blame the we can't blame the quiz answer sheet this time because I even went through and tested it. So
That's
I think
true.
I think we've got a lot of people from a lot of different places as well. It was mainly a UK thing this time.
Yeah.
Someone from Berlin, team from Berlin was on there. Some Bristol, Bath, that's a place. Royslip. I like
that Royslip? Yeah.
That's close, I guess.
Sure.
Well, to you, not to me. I saw someone was a UK wide, which is quite nice. I don't know what that means. We had some 5 players from Wigan in representing. I think I know who you are, so thanks very much for playing this game that I've probably told you about so much, and it's been nice to people from back home to be able to play. My mum played along a little bit at home. She didn't submit any answers, but she enjoyed it. Didn't enjoy the Exorcist answer, the question that came up and stuff. The Exorcist one, she's dead. She's freaked out by the Exorcist. So
I would be freaked out from that as well. That was actually one of the harder ones. A lot of people thought the quote was something different than what it actually was, and we'll go back to that at the end. But let's see who won this thing, right, Adam?
Oh,
so,
here we go.
Here we go, everybody. The winner for the first Rewind film quiz. Let's take a look. Who's it gonna be? Hey!
Oh.
Going somewhere solo with 51 out of 60 points. Wait, there's some clapping going on. Do the clapping again. Now
I'm clapping. It's 8 o'clock. It is actually 8 o'clock at night.
I'm screaming about this. Yeah, so there you go. Going somewhere solo, 51 out of 60 points. Very
unbelievable.
Respectable. Yeah, what's even more unbelievable, one person, apparently, according to the answer sheet, they might have written that down wrong, but if it was truly one person who only got 9 of those questions wrong, one must assume that they cheated.
Well, you know what?
No. I would never. No, congratulations, Going Somewhere Solo. And as we did say at the start of the quiz, you will have won yourself a 1-year membership to the Prince Charles Cinema once they reopen. We will send you a little email in a bit and give you all the information you need there. But let's take a look at some of the more fleshed out standings. Ooh, fleshed out. So here we go. Going Somewhere Solo. Whoa! 51 points. In second place with 43 points, we got Remember Outside. And third place with 42, We Still Believe. So we have a 1, 2, and a 3. And it definitely feels good to have that. A couple of other ones worth mentioning. Last quiz, the live lockdown film quiz winner also came back. Some Like It Hoth, and I did just see them, and now I've lost them. So
I saw them.
They were up
I can't
there
tell you what
somewhere.
number. Near Cumdog, I think.
Oh, good, yeah, right around Cumdog, which obviously is one of the best names. Oh, there we go. Some Like It Hoth, 32 points, joint 12th place. Not bad, but you set such a standard at the last quiz, so hopefully you come back for quiz 3 and try to reclaim your glory.
Got some good ones. That'll do, Groot. That'll do. That's a mixture of 2 of the ones from last time.
I like the KAUS, the Carl Urban Appreciation Society. Quite good. A couple of other lots of fun names in here.
Oh shit, or something.
Herzog's Wiener. That's quite good. MacGuffin Land. We'll release these full standings over on our Twitter again in PNG format, so you can comb through those, find your team. But again, massive congratulations to everyone who took part. It was I don't know what else to say again other than thanks for doing it. Thanks for giving us some time out of your week. I know it's weird now because you've got so much of it, but obviously any amount of time that you spent with us, we appreciate and hope you enjoy it. Like What's funny is like with streams, and I get it because not all streams are like a quiz in general, but like with streams, they'll peak, but people are always in and out, in and out. 100 people leave, 50 people come in, 10 people leave, 150 people come in. With the film quiz, it's just quite nice to see, right, 200 people at the start, 200 people at the end, and even the people who, a couple of people are obviously always going to sort of sign off right when they submit their answer sheets, and that's fine. But again, we only dropped like 20 or 30 people there, so people stuck around to see what answers they got right and wrong, and it's great to see, and we love having you guys take part in the quiz. I don't know what else to say, Adam. I'm gushing.
Well, you need to put a plaster on that to stop the bleeding. Are you bleeding? Is that what it means with gushing? Or are
Not
you,
out
like,
of anywhere that I can
broke?
feel right now, but it has been a weird time.
Yeah, no, it's class. It's cool being in like the chat, and just like I said, like all the positive messages we got afterwards, and just people tagging us in stuff, and it's unexpected. It's very humbling to do anything that people like, and like you say, especially on Twitch, it's very much like if a game's playing, you'll drop in, see what is happening, come out. But yeah, to get people sticking around and seemingly giving a shit, which it's very nice. It's very nice. It's humbling.
It is humbling. So we should, of course, remind everybody that we will be doing another quiz next Wednesday, and I think we're going to put a poll up on Twitter just to double check with everybody that the start time's good for everybody, the day works for everybody. We're saying every Wednesday at 7 p.m., but we don't want to keep too many people out or shoo too many people away. If
Yeah.
I heard from a lot of randomly, I heard from a lot of parents who said 7 p.m. is bedtime, and that is when they're putting their kids to bed. So they asked hey, could we do 8 o'clock or whatever? But we'll put a little poll up, see what people say. It would be interesting to know because in my mind, I'm thinking, well, I'm thinking about your sleep schedule and your late nights. But also 7 p.m., it's not like we're necessarily waiting for primetime television anymore or anything like that. It's so weird. You could literally do these things anytime, any place, and there's no wrong answer to any of this, right?
Yeah, and we got a comment on our YouTube which was hey, I just want to let you know, I did this with the family over and it was it was the live lockdown, I think, after it had been put up on our YouTube and stuff, which that is, our humor. I probably wouldn't listen. I wouldn't play the podcast to your family unless you've got some really fucking liberal children. But yeah, I think having knowing that a family have sat down and gone through the quiz, and especially because our live events, it does get a bit weird. And
that's a nice way of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe a little bit in jokey and stuff, especially by special appearances from Pudsey the dog, who did have his own film. Let's remember. I think having someone reach out and be hey, we really liked it, we really enjoyed it, we had fun. That's really cool, and I think if we can get more people, and if it goes to 8 o'clock, then get cancel my plans for the day after, which involves sitting around here talking to you mainly. But yeah, listen, if we go long, if we go later, whatever gets the most people and doesn't bite into someone's putting the kids to bed or having the tea and stuff. So yeah.
Also, get ready for it. Also, there it is. Because we did the quiz, we've been doing it on Twitch and everything. Another big thing to announce and to thank everybody again for is the fact that hey, we've leveled up to Twitch affiliate, everybody, and that probably doesn't mean a lot to too many of you, but to us, it's pretty big. I mean, we just started doing it on Twitch, doing the quiz over on Twitch, and to let you know what it's all about. Well, give it time. We'll see how long we're locked down. Bunch of virtual sex parties going on from what I've seen on some Reddits.
Let's get our cocks out.
Yeah, so basically Twitch has a couple of different levels. You can just stream as a normal user. You can earn affiliate status and you can earn partner status. And basically it just means that if you're an affiliate or a partner, people can subscribe to your channel. So right now, anybody can follow our channel. You just need a Twitch account, which is free to make, and there is a lot of decent content on there. Obviously, with the film quiz being the best, so that would be the reason that you go there. But basically, by following somebody, you just are always across what they're doing, and by subscribing to somebody, you actually support that channel. So the subscriptions on Twitch actually cost money, but because Twitch owns Amazon, anybody with an Amazon Prime account has a free subscription to anyone they want on Twitch, and which basically equates to I think £5 or something like that. So, hey, if you've got an Amazon Prime account and a Twitch account, start those subs coming our way. That way, hey, you get I think it's a free emote and other things. I don't know. We're new to this. We haven't been doing it long.
We need to make some emotes, and I said to Frank, God help, now that I'm able to go in and make little pictures and shit. Oh, it's gonna be that dinosaur that the Sinclairs were supposed to have in.
So not the actual baby, but the one who had the posh accent.
The polite one. Hello, mother.
Oh, mother.
Yeah, it'll just be that and pictures of Patrick Wilson as white bread, which is what he is.
Yes. So there you go. If you haven't already, there is our Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Filmageddon. We're posting the Vodcaster stream there and the quizzes stream there every week. So it's a nice little community. I didn't think chat would be as active as it is, and it's actually quite fun to see. I also didn't think I'd be on it as much during a stream, and there I am, every time there's a break, just hey guys, how's it going? This is fun. Because as you said, everybody is really nice. It isn't a toxic, I hate to say it because I love playing games and everything, but it's not a toxic gamer stream. It's actually just a stream with a bunch of like-minded individuals who, it's a community. Like we've said it before, it's a film fan community, people who like film quizzes. This isn't Twitter where, you'll randomly tick somebody off and they'll start a Twitter war with you for whatever reason. I guess they woke up on the wrong side of the bed and they think that, film
rather
quizzes...
large bed.
No, well, yeah, of course. I mean, when you got that blue tick, you can afford the biggest beds you want from Casper Mattress or from other unlikely sponsors. Right, what else are we talking about here? I forget. That was the quiz. Maybe we could go over some of the funny answers from the quiz, hey?
Let's do that.
We'll get with the yuck. Let me get out the old spreadsheet here again. So yeah, we talked about some of these good names. That'll do, group. The even shittier Beatles. I like that name. Quite a big deal. Quite a big deal. Good deal. Bitch Hit Me with a Toaster was a good name.
That one's good. Yeah.
Ragin' Contagion.
Oh, that's yeah.
Yeah.
Barry Shit Peas. I think it's good as well because it's PPE, the stuff that's not been given to frontline workers by tyrannical government.
And we also know that there's going to be a new Charlie Brooker's wipe, an antiviral wipe, so it works out perfect.
He's still going. He's fighting the system while raking in that money.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's weird, isn't it?
Hey. What else we got? We got Buckfast at Tiffany's. Good.
Oh, that was a good one.
And then stay at home, protect the NHS, save lives, take car, go to Mum's, kill Phil, grab Liz, go to the Winchester, have a nice cold pint, and wait for this all to blow over. Who took part last week as well, but obviously one of the good names there. I don't know. I went through this a bit. Some of the funnier answers in the Beavis and Butthead round for the soundtracks round. They put one of them was Because and Butthead, which close.
Because and Butthead.
Because and
it's got to be a mistype, surely.
It's I would hope. Someone else just put Your Mum.
That is not nice. Now, listen, she watches. Okay, so don't. Let's keep.
Yeah, we'll keep freezing the screen. Let's go forward to what's next here. In the fictional sports stars round, under Ivan Drago, we had I'm just looking at Frozen Adam here. It's quite funny to
I'm
watch.
alive, dude.
No, you're frozen.
Oh, fuck it. I'll just keep frozen then and just keep talking.
Your image is actually frozen. I'm gonna get a full screen up somewhere. I've lost everything right now. I'm sorry, everybody. Here you go. There's that. Ivan Communist. Somebody put for Ivan Drago. So that was very good. He's back now. He's back alive. Okay, let's go. It's like none of that happened. That's why it's crazy that we're doing this live.
Yes.
For Robert Hatch from Escape, somebody just put Slice No Keeper, which is
What does that even mean?
because he's Sliced alone and he plays a goalkeeper in the movie.
Of course.
And they're like,
but yeah, what does that mean? It means exactly that.
It means exactly that. For Big Ern McCracken, as played by Bill Murray, somebody just put Billy the Strike Murray.
You should. Oh, that should not have counted.
I
guess
I wanted to. Oh yeah, and for Clubber Lang, I think this is kind of a racist answer. Someone just put Apollo Creed. I think that they are two different gentlemen.
Yeah, that's not as bad as, to be fair, how truthful to be. Yeah, I'll just be truthful.
Yeah,
and if it was you who wrote this, not this week, the week before, I'd like to know what your thinking was. Everyone put like where they're from, and London, Berlin, Helsinki. I'm from Dallas, and all this stuff. And then someone just put white British, and I was like, that's not even a funny answer. That's just a really weird thing to bring up. So, I mean, you know what? If it was you and you played again, thanks very much for sticking around. But what you thinking?
It's like we said, we get some interesting team names, and it's funny to see how they go. Anyway, what I wanted to do again, I like doing this last week. If we bring up some of the quotes from the quotes round, I got to try to set this up. I really should have set this up better beforehand. All right, here we go. So there's the quotes round. We've got some quotes here that stood out. Obviously, with less teams, we had less of a pool to go to. So let's go right forward. So we'll skip old Willy Wonka. Although we did get to get Gene Wilder in there twice. Here we go. Famous scene from The Godfather where the line is, leave the gun, take the cannoli. But what if instead of leave the gun, take the cannoli, it was, I'm the Godfather, Gabadoo, Tony Soprano, etc.
Whoever filled that in, they sound like they might be a good friend somewhere along the line. They just clearly just gone, I don't know. So.
Here you go, one of your mom's favorite, The Exorcist.
Here we go.
The line was obviously keep away, the sow is mine. But what if instead it was just bitch?
Bitch.
Bitch.
It's a good guess, I guess, but also, yeah, I probably would have gone.
So what a lot of people thought the answer was your mother sucks cocks in hell, which is another famous line from that film. And that is where we pull what we like to call the bait and the switch. Because we can't have everybody getting perfect scores. Too many people winning? We don't want that. All right, let's see. What else do we got here? I think some other good ones stood out. We'll go down to Jaws next. Obviously, we got Gene Wilder in there twice, so any quiz that gets Gene Wilder in there twice is pretty good, right? So
sure.
For Jaws, we got, for that you get the head, the tail, the whole damn thing. But what if that, instead, he said, I'll catch this bird for you, but it ain't gonna be easy.
Wait, the bird? What bird?
I don't know. I need to know what version of Jaws they're watching, what director's cut.
Maybe they didn't. Maybe they'd forgot that it was Jaws, to be honest, and maybe they were like, "What thing involves something being captured?" Now I can't think of a film. Okay, the birds.
Involve birds, yeah.
Birdemic had birds. Yeah. I can't think of a single film where the problem is the singular bird, because it's like, I'll catch that bird for you.
Is he referring to a woman?
So maybe it's proper like fucking like, I'll catch that bird for you, man. Don't worry about it.
Maybe that was the white British team or whatever it was. Oh, I left that one just died. That one deflated the room. Anyway, let's go on to I got a couple here for not so much from Taxi Driver because that's depressing as is. Here we go.
Yeah.
From Bond, obviously it was
Oh.
keeping the British end up. We got a couple here. So what if instead of just keeping the British end up, sir, old 007 said, let's get to it. Just shagging this tot, M.
That's horrible. That's crude. What a crude way to end it.
What about that? Instead, he said, having a nice time.
Even they'd be like, that was weak. Like, they expect that he's gonna come up with like a little quip, and if they were like, oh, just shagging this tart, you're like, oh, that's kind of gross. But all right, whatever. Instead, like, oh, I'm having sex. Like, okay,
having a nice time.
Having a nice time. Bye.
Here's one a couple of people put down. I was attempting re-entry.
Oh, I like that. That's good. See, again, they'd all turn to each other and be like, oh, here we go again.
Oh, that 007. What a catch, eh?
He is really bad at his job considering the amount of cost that it does to run this guy and the results that we get.
Here we go. Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son. From Animal House. What if instead the dean just said, "You are the stupidest person." You know, it's along the same lines.
It's along the same lines. Yeah,
but it doesn't have quite the punch that the original had.
No, that one's all right. That one's a guess. Like, I think like sometimes though, like when you watch a film, you get. They all become memories, and sometimes you can just quote a film so well, but other times it's just like, oh fuck, what did they say here? I know they say something, says a put down, a put down. So I don't blame people for getting these like a little bit wrong if it still feels like it's in the ball, the same wheelhouse, I should say. But some of the answers are fucking well good.
Well, this guy he took it one step further, and he just said, "Are you really that fucking stupid?" And then we just get to the last couple of here. I can speak. I really can. So, terminate with extreme prejudice was the line, but what about that? It was... is he going to say anything? I like napalm at various times of the day.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know how your brain works for that one, but I'm sure someone's watched all of this stuff going, what the hell is that guy on about? So,
and then,
good luck to you.
Maybe instead of that, he says, "Apocalypse me, you slut."
Whoa.
This guy really doesn't move his lips that much, does he?
No, it's telecommunication. He should be he looks like he's on Skype as well.
And I like that instead of, because obviously terminate with extreme prejudice, that's prejudice. That's bad. People don't like prejudice. But what about he just said, eliminate without prejudice? That's
what a
nice.
perfect world.
That's nice. What a great world we'd live in. We'd all sing, holding hands, happy, just loving life. And so there you go. Some of the quotes. I'm going to prep that better next time. I need to write some of these down a bit more. But there were a lot of good answers out there, like we said. And we're already looking forward to seeing some of the stuff you guys come up with for the next one. The quotes round is always, it's interesting, right? Because we tell people to get as close as you can, but depending on the answer, we are a bit more lenient than others. So some of those quotes you had to be pretty spot on. Some of them, the longer the quote generally, the more lenient we were. But it also goes to show that when a lot of teams get the quote exactly right, then we can't necessarily give points to people that were close.
That's true. It's the same for the last one. Like, the last one was definitely more difficult because it was like a lot more teams playing. But it was. I think you just got off the general consensus, and I noticed like someone in the chat was like, "I put the wrong one in the wrong. I put the answer in the wrong one," and it's like, well, I don't know who you are, but like obviously when we go through, if it looks like everything's kind of just shifted over one, then we'll kind of correct it. You're right.
It is that, Adam. I picked the perfect time to cut away.
Everyone gets it right. Then.
No, say that again. You just cut out for a second.
If everyone. I was gonna say if everyone gets the right one, then yeah, we have to be harsh. But if everyone's fucking up, then we can be lenient. Put it that way.
Exactly. And so yeah, there you go. You got the winners. Going somewhere solo. We saw the other standings. Those will be on Twitter, like we said, at Filmageddon Quiz. And just before we wrap up, I want to remind everybody again that, oh, hey, we have other social media channels. We have a YouTube channel, which is over there. And one of the things we do on this YouTube channel, besides posting our vodcast and the quizzes, we also got some good videos up there. Adam's posted a lovely thank you video for people who came along to our first quiz. And it's a nice shout out to all the nice social media responses we saw. So do make sure to go check that out. And we also have a little series down here. We mentioned it in the last vodcast. It's called Straight to Video Game. And we're actually going to be coming back with this series this weekend, I believe. And I still don't know if we decided a day. Was it Saturday or Sunday?
I don't have anything going on in my life whatsoever, Frank, so it's really up to you. I am happy to do any day, but I think it's something that we've done in the past, but we've done it on a kind of a smaller scale. It was always like 3 of the team members or 2 of the team members together playing through a game that's related to film. We only ever played like something that's to do with films, and you'd be surprised how many films had game spin-offs and how bad some of them were. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. We're going to probably be live streaming these ones and stuff. At the weekend. So yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna just as he said, we're gonna live stream some gameplay of some like NES or SNES games based on movies. I think we're gonna put a poll up on Twitter maybe with a couple of options. See what films or games based on films that people like the most. I wouldn't even say that you want to see us play, but which of these games do you actually enjoy the most? And it might give us some inspiration for what we're going to play, because I still don't know what we're going to play. I mean, like this video over here, when we played Rocky, that was a terrible game. It was not good, and because obviously, like, back in that era, you had games like Punch-Out!, which was an amazing boxing game. Just copy Punch-Out! And put, like, Rocky people over it instead. It was this game that you just didn't even control how people moved. Like, they walked automatically, and you just had to, like, tap the punch button at the right time. So,
It's very interesting when you have these games that were basically developed, or the history of them is, like, they were developed, and then, I mean, a lot of games did have this, you know, like Super Mario 2, Super Mario Brothers 2, I should say, where, like, they'll just make the game and then be like, do you want it to be a Rocky game? Like, yeah, okay, we've got the Rocky game ready to release. So there's a lot of that, especially if we play these older ones that they don't really relate, and you know the characters don't even really look like. I mean, like Apollo and Rocky, it's like they don't even look like that. It's just like he's got the American
shorts,
flag. He's got the shorts on. There you go. That's him. He's like, look, I didn't like him, but yeah, it's I think it's gonna be good, and we're gonna have we'll have some like facts and little trivia in there, and if you're watching the stream, if you've got some like tips on what the hell to do while we're playing, let us know. It's gonna be a lot, it's gonna be interactive as well, and get your cans ready, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna aim to do it like early afternoon UK time, so peak drinking time for Adam, and I guess time has no meaning anymore, so peak drinking time for me as well.
We can't buy alcohol here now. So
well, then I'll drink for both of us. Double the amount.
Yeah, it will be like shot for shop, which is a completely different thing, and who knows? You can see that on our YouTube, which is youtube.com/Filmageddon.
Wait, I get it up again. I'll get it up again. Wait, kill time. We're killing time. Oh no, I've closed it. I've closed it now. I've got the Twitter page up twice, which is a good time to remind everybody that if you follow us on Twitter, which is at Filmageddon Quiz, you can keep up to date on all of everything we're doing, which is a lot these days. So we'll obviously post about the quizzes. I think we're going to start posting some hints and maybe some free answers for those quizzes. We're also going to be posting when we do videos on YouTube and things like that. Hopefully, it's not too much of an overkill. If it starts getting a bit too much, guys, just slap us in the face. Let us know if it's just too much advertising our own stuff. But we do tend to break it up with the occasional funny, jokey tweets as well. And most of that is over to our friend Adam, who's below us. And I bow to you, even though I'm on top of you currently. So there you go. He's humble. He's a humble guy. And obviously, as well, we are on Instagram, posting pics and all that good stuff. That's what you do on Instagram. Fun times there. And what else? Oh, yeah, the old coffee. I want to say coffee because that's how it is, but I also want to try to say it phonetically, which I can't. So it's coffee.com/Filmageddon. It is it's a donation site. If you feel like backing the Filmageddon empire, I guess as it were, it's great. A couple people donated after last night's quiz. Again, massive thank you. Not expected at all. Obviously, we mention it, hoping people will do it, but we don't expect anyone to do it. And like we said, all the money that people do donate, we're putting into upgrading what we do here on the channel. We know, like, the video quality and the mics and things, it's not up to what you would see probably in a lot of Twitch streams, but they also are people that make thousands of dollars a month playing video games. And some of us have lost our jobs because of the coronavirus. So anyway, we'll be upgrading soon. I think I'm going to be getting some new mics here and things like that. So hopefully the sound quality will get a bit more tolerable. And yeah, I guess that is most of the quiz pimping out of the way. Adam, anything else you wanna say before we wrap things up today?
We have a podcast, if you liked that. It's a lot like the streams, except it's definitely more libelous, I guess someone could say. It's just gone from night. You know, we should probably edit that out. I mean, it's never derogatory, but we're just mean to some. We punch up. Unlike other people, we're not punching down. We punch up at these fucking rich bastards who are making these shitty films. So yeah, we've got a podcast. You can get that on Apple, fucking Spotify, Google, wherever you get podcasts. It's on there, except SoundCloud. No one fucking uploads to SoundCloud anymore. And if you do, why? But yeah, it's everywhere. And I appreciate you listening. And, you know, there's also the Cardback Cafe, which is another podcast that Frank does, and he'll never promote himself because he's a little bit of a humble guy. So yeah, if you like your collectibles and stuff, they've got some class episodes on there. I would check it out and give it a listen.
Thwip, I'm pulling you in, says Ben Reilly, Spider-Man. Just yeah. So anyway, let's wrap up this show because we've talked long enough today, I think. Adam, thank you very much, as always, for being with me here, virtually, of course, from a distance, great and far. And again, massive thanks to everybody who's watching this podcast and everybody who's taken the quiz, who's taken time to follow us on Twitch, to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter. It's great. It means a lot to us. You know, we're not a massive conglomerate. We're not this massive company. It's basically, you know, 3 or 4 guys dipping in and out, trying to make the most of this sort of terrible situation at the minute and entertain ourselves, but also entertain you guys. And without you guys there, I don't think we'd be doing it nearly as much. So yeah, it keeps pushing us forward, and hopefully it does something for you guys out there apart from annoy you. So yeah, is that nice? That sounds nice. In my head, that sounded nice.
I think it does. I think you've hit the nail on the head.
All right, well, on that note, everybody, we will see you this weekend with some retro gaming, and then, of course, next weekend for another Rewind quiz. So until then, I've been Frank, he has been Adam, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.